Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. To all our viewers, respected elders, brothers, sisters, our youth, Assalamu alaikum. My name is Mubashir Hassan and I am here today on this urgent appeal. I thought it was a duty of mine to come and talk to you about a situation surrounding Moulana Sibtain Ali Kazmi. This is Fight for Justice, the Moulana Sibtain story. With me today I have a guest. He's a family friend. His name's Amir Nazir. Assalamu alaikum, Amir.
Wa alaikum assalam.
How are you doing, brother? You okay?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you.
Thank you for taking time out, coming and speaking to us today. Sure. It does mean a lot. I mean, 11th of May 2017, Islamabad airport, there was an incident where at the airport Moulana Sab was detained. Now, the issue that we're having is that Moulana Sibtain at this present moment is still in jail. So many rumours have been told, have been said since this has happened, since the 11th of May. In fact, from the eve of 11th of May, we've had people discussing so many different things. For example, why he's detained, what's happened, why it's happened. You know, it's became Chinese whispers. You know, someone said this, he said that, he said this. And you know what, today I thought, you know what, let's take some time out. Let's take about an hour out of our lives and let's discuss exactly what's going on with Moulana Sibtain. Let's see what's happened and let's see what we can do to help in this situation. My biggest issue and my biggest concern in this, again, are the rumours. It's his well-being. I'll give you an example of questions that have sort of been opposed to me. Is he under any sort of physical scrutiny? Has he been physically abused in jail? Why was he arrested? And I mean, I am going to ask these questions. Why did he go to Pakistan if he knows that it's difficult for him to go there and that he is under scrutiny, and by him going there he's going to be put in jail? Why would he still go? So I mean, this is a question that I do have, and it is a question that I will ask the brother, inshallah, when I do get a moment. Other people, guests on the show, inshallah, I will have a man of legal services, that's Furiken Shah. He shall be coming on and discussing the legal aspect behind the case, inshallah. Also, I will have Moulana Sibtain's son, that's Ruhul Abbas, inshallah. He shall be joining us at some time in the next hour, just discussing his point of view, the POV that he has of the situation that has arisen, how it's affected him, how it's affected the family, and more so what I can do, what you can do to help in this situation. So without any further delay, if I first and foremost can introduce Brother Amir. Assalamu alaikum, brother. How are you? You well?
Wa alaikum assalam. I'm fine, thank you.
Amir, thank you so much first and foremost for coming here, for taking time out and discussing this very important situation that we're in. My biggest concern, Amir, firstly let me introduce you. Amir, by the way, is a humanitarian. We travelled 10 countries together.
Yes, we did, yeah.
Yes, we did. Alhamdulillah, we travelled 10 countries together in a British ambulance. We took 10 ambulances, 21 of us, and we made it to Pakistan. So Amir is a humanitarian. He's also done a bike ride, which started here and ended in Pakistan as well. So he's always had someone behind him. That's Moulana Sibtain Kazmi. He's a young lad from Luton who, you know, looked up to Moulana, who believed in him throughout Moulana's time in Luton or in the UK. One thing I must say, it has been Brother Amir who has stood by him in all aspects. Before I move on to Brother, I've got a quick call that I need to take. It's Brother Furiken Shah. He's online with us now. Brother, Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum, brother.
Brother Furiken, how are you? How are you? You well?
Alhamdulillah, I'm very well, thank you.
I know you're tied up. I really appreciate you taking out some time and speaking to us. It does mean a lot. I've got a few questions for you. I just wanted to sort of run over regarding the current situation Moulana Sibtain is in, if you don't mind. Is that okay?
Of course, yes.
Thank you. Thank you very much. The first question I have for you, Brother Furiken, is what's the legal state of the case?
You know, the situation is that this is an old case. It was initially, I think, filed back in 2003.
Right.
It's to do with a murder of Azam Tariq.
Right.
It was initially filed. You know, the first instance report was filed against Moulana Sibtain Kazmi Saab.
Yes.
It's a historical case. It's false allegations. Moulana Saab managed to leave the country at that time because his life was in danger. I understand one of his drivers was shot and killed, and a bodyguard was also shot. He left Pakistan, fled Pakistan, and came and has claimed asylum in the United Kingdom, and he's been living in the UK. Unfortunately, the warrant for his arrest has been Interpol. He has been arrested in Greece.
That was in 2006, right?
Yeah, back in 2006, I think.
Yeah.
I don't have all the dates exactly.
No, that's fine.
I'm just driving right now, pulled up on the hard shoulder. And he was then again arrested in Iraq whilst he was doing Ziyarat.
Yeah, 2013, yeah.
On both occasions, it was the Pakistani authorities wanting him deported back to Pakistan for him to be, for the case against him to be thoroughly investigated and for him to be charged for the conspiracy offences.
Okay, so these allegations that have been drawn up and put on Moulana Sibtain, they've been going on for such a long time now. My question to you is, I mean, now with the UK government, Moulana Saab being in the UK for numerous years now, 14 odd years now, I'd say he's been here in the UK. How can we not have any help from the UK government in this situation?
We were in touch with the Home Office when Moulana Saab was here. The Home Office thoroughly investigated these allegations, and they can you hear me? Sorry.
Yes, can hear you loud and clear.
The Home Office investigated it. Representations were made to the Home Office because the co-defendants who were arrested, there was a trial against the co-defendants, and they were acquitted. Because there was no evidence against anybody, so it was clear that these charges were initiated by an extreme organisation against Moulana Sibtain Kazmi Sahib because he was part of a Shia organisation, representative of the Shia community in Pakistan, and that's the reason why the FIR was against him. And then it transpired after a thorough investigation. And the co-defendants were charged, tried, and acquitted as there was no evidence against anybody. Home Office still wanted, at this stage, to see whether Moulana Sibtain Kazmi Saab, the case against him, would be struck out. We were trying to achieve that, and we've been trying to do that for the last 5 years.
And what's the conclusion there? Is it still pending?
We're taking one step forward and one step back.
And what's the latest update on the last sort of 5 years that you've been, and that's quite amicable of you as well. So thank you. I mean, you've for helping. What's the current situation with the last sort of 5 years? What is the court saying?
Whether my help has been helpful or not, because I'm probably the one who I'm a lawyer here in UK. I'm also a lawyer in Pakistan. I work with a law firm in Islamabad. Moulana Saab was advised by the lawyers, Tariq Khokar Saab, and the lawyer Mumtaz, and Zulfikar Abbas Naqvi Saab, who represented the co-defendants in the same case, to come to Pakistan because they were speaking with the authorities, and the authorities were amenable that there was going to be a process in place where they realized that there was really no evidence. It was bogus FIR, bogus allegations, that they would simply arrest him and do an acquittal. It was meant to be a very smooth process. So he was invited to Pakistan for this smooth process by the lawyers and the authorities, so to speak.
Okay, and what's the legal costs at the moment that's been encountered by Moulana Sibtain and his family? I mean, it's a young family. He has daughters and he has one son. So,
well, I'm working on this myself on a pro bono basis, but I've hired Tariq Mahmood Khokar Saab, who was the former Additional Attorney General of Pakistan. He is a British barrister, extremely senior. He's about 40 years called to the bar, highly respected. And also I've hired Sayyid Abbas Ali Naqvi, the lawyer who represented the co-defendants and is familiar with the prosecution case.
Okay, excellent. So, I mean, obviously these are the...
The fees paid so far are approximately about £5,000, just to Abbas Naqvi sir.
And that...
The other lawyers have not been paid yet.
And this is just here in the UK, or is this in Pakistan as well? What's the sort of cost?
In Pakistan.
In Pakistan. Okay, excellent.
These are the lawyers in Pakistan.
So the costs that are incurred in Pakistan at the moment are touching well over the sort of 5,000 mark. Can
There will be initial cost, but this is going to be obviously it's a lengthy process because what happened, frankly, if I could say, the authorities misled his legal team in Pakistan. They wanted to entrap Moulana Sibtain Qazi Sahib. They were supposed to be doing a deal. It was meant to be a straightforward process. When Moulana Sibtain Qazi Sahib arrived in Pakistan, the authorities changed their attitude. We recognized that and we advised Moulana Sahib to leave Pakistan. And he was leaving Pakistan and unfortunately was arrested.
So this sort of act of betrayal, which is what it is, to be honest with you, I mean, it's a lesson as well. My biggest concern in this whole situation is, I mean, at the moment the costs are incurred at 5,000. What are we looking at? I mean, from what I can understand, this is a long process now, isn't it, brother? I mean, what are we looking at?
Look, I mean, the lawyer I've got engaged, Tariq Mahmood Khokar Sahib, his normal fees are $500 an hour.
Wow.
At this stage, he's probably one of the top 10 lawyers of Pakistan.
He is, absolutely. I know you're talking about.
And he's overseeing the whole thing. So the costs are going to spiral out of control. We're hoping we can get this concluded soon, inshallah, with everybody's dua.
Can I, inshallah. And just to wrap you up, I know you're busy, and I'm going to let you go. But I've got one last question for you before I do let you go.
Yeah, I'm here to support Jeremy Corbyn today.
I know.
Wanting all your viewers also, to inshallah vote Labour.
Sure. And thank you very much. Thank you very much for your time. And inshallah, please do keep the good work up. And it's brothers like you that we need to support Moulana Sibtain.
Make dua for Moulana Sahib.
Inshallah.
He's in a prison.
Yeah.
Hidayat prison is a prison which I've visited on several occasions.
Yeah.
It's not like a prison system here in the United Kingdom.
Yeah.
Security is a huge issue for him in Pakistan. A massive issue. Unfortunately, the organizations have not stepped up to the task, and he's not getting really any such security. Inside the prison, it was high risk. Even once, and if we get bail for him, it's high risk for security. So we need to make more than legal costs. It will be security costs for him.
Okay, so the why is he not getting bail?
Because at the moment, the indictment hasn't been served on him, so you can only make an application for bail once the charges have been, placed, and they haven't.
Is he still
not been charged yet?
So is he still sort of in like they call it like a thana, or is he like in the actual jail now?
No, he's in a prison.
He's actually in prison now.
You have all the top Taliban people in them prisons. The Lashkar-e-Jangvi are in them prisons. He's in a prison where all the Pakistani terrorists are arrested at the moment. The same prison where they're getting hung at the moment. They're having military courts in there.
And I've got Brother Amr here as well. I mean, he's doing a lot of running around like yourself, inshallah. They've got the Just Caring page at the moment, and how important it is to go onto the Just Caring page, type in Moulana Sibtain, or type in Sibtain Kazmi, and to donate.
Absolutely. Look, I strongly ask all your viewers to donate. Moulana Sibtain Kazmi has been there for the whole community. And if I can say this to you, I don't know how... I don't know, Moulana Sibtain Kazmi has been on Hidayat TV telling people about the miracle of 12:12, when it was after midnight, 12 minutes past 12. I'm one of the members who came from the Ahl Sunnah wal Jamaat.
Subhanallah.
Became a Shia because of the akhlaq of Moulana Sibtain Qazi Sahib. And if such akhlaq was amongst all the Shias, I'm sure many Sunnis will become Shias. So it
Subhanallah.
was his akhlaq which drew us towards, Shia Islam, and he has been a huge leader, a representative, positively, for the Shia community.
Mashallah.
It's such a shame that we don't really have the community behind him today.
So,
And he needs us most.
so you are from Luton then, and I know Moulana Sibtain supported, or in fact was a pivotal member of your community for a good decade. Am I right?
He was, yeah.
I mean, I myself helped out in a campaign for when you needed the Masjid Ali, just because, I'm not from Luton, but I did it just because of the love and the akhlaq of Moulana Sibtain. That's the sort of person he was. Do you feel, excuse my words, I am going to be quite blunt, and I don't mean any harm or offence to anyone. Do you feel a bit let down by the community? Do you feel a bit like we've been let down here? We have not got the support that he deserves for what he's done?
Moulana Sahib leaving Luton, the community not standing behind him after he did so much for, frankly, in my humble opinion, Masjid Ali, the huge centre they've got. It was done because of the support of Moulana Sibtain Kazmi. He went door to door, he raised money, the likes. I don't want to get involved in any political issues with the Luton community, but I feel there was a huge betrayal from Moulana Sahib. I know the Hidayat community in Bradford have been supporting him very well, and I know there's parts of the Luton community who have a lot of support for him.
No, of course. I'm going to elaborate a bit more further on. Firstly, Brother Furqan, I know you're busy. Thank you so much for taking time out. Assalamu alaikum, and I wish you all the best in all your endeavours.
Assalamu alaikum.
Khulafis. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you. So that was Brother Furqan Shah, who took time out there and spoke to us, a lawyer himself here in the UK and in Pakistan as well. Just a few key points that he sort of discussed there. Moulana Sahib is in prison. He's in a high security prison with his issues. He has been let down by the Pakistani government. You could say it was a case of being trapped. By telling Moulana Sahib to initially go out there, and once he did make it there, he was then brought in. He was detained, which is a shame. So far, the costs are at just over £5,000. The brother's saying this is legal fees. This is nothing for a second, right, to do with the family or to do with anything to do with them, with their day-to-day runnings or just the cost of lives. It's just to do with the legal costs. So far, have totaled over £5,000. 3 people are hired in Pakistan, and there are costs involved, there are wages involved. And do you know what? There's a few things he did say. Is there a sense of letdown by the community? Perhaps there is. We all get lazy. I get lazy. We all get lazy. It's just the way it is. But I think tonight, or today, should I say, it's a bit of a wake-up call. I urge you just to go to this You Caring, search Sibtain Kazmi. It's not difficult. If you're not very computer literate like myself, ask your siblings, your children. You can do it on your mobile. Just go on there and give whatever. I'm not asking you to give everything, but just give whatever. Especially those idaras, especially those of you who went to ziyarat with him, who've gone on Hajj with him, who he helped through everyday lives. I've got a brother who I just spoke to, Furqan Shah, who says at the miracle of 12 he and his family changed from Ahl Sunnah wal Jamaat and they became Shias, and that was the hand of Moulana Sibtain who did that. So please, I'm just urging you, I'm requesting you, look, just think, what can we do to make this better? And please help. That's all I'm asking for. Now I'm going to bring on my guest. He's a close family friend of Moulana Sibtain. He's been with Moulana Sibtain since he arrived in the UK. When he first went to Harrow, he was behind, when he first from Harrow moved to Luton, and then from Luton, alhamdulillah, he was there for a very long time. He helped the community. He went to Bradford. He's always been there. He's been with him when he was initially detained in 2006 in Greece. He was there with him when he was arrested by the Interpol in Iraq in 2013, and he's here today to update us on the current situation surrounding Moulana Sibtain and as to what has happened now with him in the 11th of May 2017 in Islamabad. I'd like to welcome the humanitarian Amir Nazir. Amir, assalamu alaikum. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Thank you so much. You've taken time out and you've come and seen us today. I've got many questions for you, as you've probably gathered from the last call. Questions that it's quite forward. There's questions that I just want to ask, questions that people have asked me.
Sure.
That I want to ask you. Questions such as, there's a lot of rumours towards Moulana's arrest. I mean, I've heard many things, and it's just a case of Chinese whispers. You know, so-and-so said this, and that's been elaborated, exaggerated, it's been ballooned, and it's been exploded into something that, just doesn't sound right. Can you just enlighten us on the actual facts of what has happened? I mean, let's move before 11th of May, Islamabad airports.
Sure.
Let's go to Moulana Sahib, like he's gone to Pakistan now, and what's happened?
Yeah, first, assalamu alaikum to all the viewers, and Ramadan Mubarak to all the viewers. So, firstly, I'm just going to sort of elaborate a bit more to the people about my involvement with Moulana Sibtain. I think
Please.
that's quite important.
Very important.
Those people that know me obviously know what I've done, under the sort of guidance of Moulana Sibtain and how close I am to Moulana Sibtain. But there's many viewers out there that don't know who, Amir Nazir is in relation to Moulana Sibtain. So again, I feel as if, like Farikain Shah Sahab said, I'm sat here because of Moulana Sibtain. There's no question on that. I met Moulana Sibtain in 2003. I just sort of finished university, and I was not on the straight and narrow, as they say.
Right.
I met Moulana Sibtain. He, in his guidance, his ikhlaq, he taught me so much. He took me to Karbala, he took me to Hajj. He showed me the way of humanity, the path of Imam Hussain alayhi salam. So when you thank me for being here, I feel as if there's no thank you. It's my duty now, given the situation that Moulana Sibtain finds him in. During these years, I've been very close to Moulana Sibtain. Basically, he's discussed most aspects of his life with me, from his family in Pakistan, how to bring them here, and ongoing with this case. So it's something that he's always sort of confided in me, whilst he's been in the UK. So therefore, we have a very close relationship, bond, that, we're sort of, very close family.
Subhanallah.
Now, you mentioned about rumours, etc. and stuff about him being in Pakistan. As Farikain Shah Sahab said, most of you knew about this case before I did. In 2003, there was a murder that took place, assassination of Azam Tariq, and because of that, there was a first incident report that was given by the other party against Moulana Sibtain and two of the co-defendants. Moulana Sibtain, fearing his life was in danger, as you mentioned, his bodyguard, his coast personnel has been shot and killed. He came to the UK.
Right.
Pakistan subsequently arrested the two other co-defendants, and a whole trial, they were detained, and eventually they were acquitted of all charges. Moulana Sibtain was here in the UK, and in 2006, as you mentioned, he flew out to Greece. He was going to a program, Majalis, where he was detained on an international arrest warrant for Pakistan relating to these charges. I went out to Greece. We spent a couple of days there. We went through the court system. There wasn't enough evidence. We fought that extradition to bring Moulana Sahab back to the UK.
I'm gonna elaborate. I've got a few questions right there for what you've asked. I'm gonna elaborate on these. I just want to know, first and foremost, so you said if the case was acquitted, and then why did we go back in? Why was he then taken? Why was he arrested in 2006? I'm going to ask you these questions after we take a short break. Inshallah, we should see you in a few moments. Do stay with us. This is the story of Moulana Sibtain Kazmi. We just want to know what happened, and we need your support. Thank you.